friends, here we go. This is the ultimate setup for Ghost Mode as a sniper. I'm actually out at one of my favorite locations here for ranging a rifle, a Coro Delta. I do this because I can come over here, I can adjust my range and shoot at buildings for various ranges. So let's find an example here. Let's do a 400-meter shot to this building here. Now I'm going to aim for, let's see here, this building here. So I'm just going to, well, I can't place a marker there yet. No, well, we don't need the marker. So that's about 400 meters, right? Let's double check. 400. Okay. So I am using the Mark 14 with the G28 scope, rangefinder, long barrel, and this is, like I said, the best sniper setup for a Ghost mode in Ghost Recon Wildlands. It may seem a little weird to use the Mark 14 because it's one of the weaker rifles, but pairing this with this scope gives us quite a bit of freedom in that the mil dots are actually really dead on useful here. So let me double check, make sure I was aiming at the right building. Yep, 400 meters. So here's how the mil dots work with the G28 scope and the Mark 14. Center of the crosshair is 200 meters. Bottom of the crosshair is 300. It's actually just slightly below, but it's barely noticeable. And at 300 meters, it's not that big of a deal unless you're trying to score a headshot on somebody where there's just a little bit of their head showing. The circle below that is 400 meters, and the line below that is 500. Anything past like 550, 600 really is not worth dealing with in this game. It's not designed for that range of a shot. So, anyways, I'm going to shoot right there in that little mark right there. So, I'm gonna crouch down here. So, that's 200 meters, 300, and there 400. So, settle in. Bam, and you see that right there. Just dead on. Shoot. Again, here. Now, see if I can get my drone close enough to where we can spot the shots. I don't think we can, no.
Just spotted one with submachine guns.
Let's try this. Now, I'm actually pretty low level right now, so let's do this. Let's run up here. Let's see if I can get close enough to spot the shots.
Unidad bird on patrol. Watch out.
Yeah. Okay. Now, hopefully we should get close enough. A little bit back. Yeah, I am playing in. Yeah, see there, you can see my shot dead in the center. So, nice. Perfect ranging for the scope. Now, since, even though it is like the least powerful rifle in the game, not the least, but one of the lowest powerful DMRs, it does have a few advantages. One, obviously, is the pairing with the G28 scope, which provides just absolutely smooth transition in aiming at ranges. As well, with the G28 scope, you easily can switch to CQB, which is important for the Mark 14 because of the options it provides in that you can do full or burst mode. I actually do semi and burst mode for the shot patterns, just because full auto is just, you're wasting ammo with this rifle. Now, some common questions. I mentioned utilizing the rangefinder and the long barrel. I also utilize the shift short angle grip, extended mag. I didn't bother changing out the buttstock. Suppressor, which suppressor I usually take off for longer range shots if no one's nearby, just because the bullet travels there quicker to the intended target. And of course, when you're still relatively low level and don't have the advanced suppressor skill, you have to deal with the reduction in damage. Now, the only things that actually factor into bullet drop are the long barrel and the rangefinder. So, anything else is gravy. You can change anything else. Other things that you don't have to worry about is actually height. Bullet drop is just a flat thing. There is no physics involved, physics calculations in this. Bullet drop is just there. So I could be shooting from straight above and the bullet would still curve down. I've tested this shooting from extreme heights down on targets below, and I still have to deal with the same bullet drop. So kind of gaming the system a bit, I guess, but whatever. Suppressor does not affect bullet drop, nor does the shift short angle grip or anything else. Stats lie in this game. Ignore the stats. The only true way to actually understand the power of the weapons is to try them out, shoot them. Now some things like, like handling and things like that do have a minor role, but otherwise, like I said, stats lie. So, if you look at Dark Dalley's work, he exposes a lot of that. Like the super shorty versus the unique variant you get from one of the bosses here. So, yeah, that's what makes this, anyways, the ultimate sniper rifle DMR for Ghost mode in Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now you may be saying, but it's got such low power. It does have its disadvantages in that. However, as long as you're undetected, you're going to one-shot every person. The biggest weakness is in vehicles. You're not carrying a M203 grenade launcher and anti-material rifle, so taking down convoys is a little difficult early on. Excuse me. So what you want to take into consideration that is you want to work towards your drone skills. Explosive drone, EMP drone. I usually recommend EMP drone. EMP drone is going to be really useful in taking down convoys. You take down the convoys, you take out the driver of the convoy vehicle, and you'll usually have to run up and pull them out or something to that effect. But that's what you do in those cases. You utilize your drone instead. A little bit more of a challenge in some cases, but the versatility of this rifle just makes it all the more worthwhile. Now you could use others. I've mapped out shots for the MK14 utilizing the digital scope, just because I like the digital scope and its versatility, much like the G28 scope. Or you could use the ACOG and use shoulder aiming, over-the-shoulder aiming. On PC, you just hit Alt to do that. But, excuse me. But you're not going to have the range or the overall ease of ranging out your shots as you will with this. So keep that in mind. Now, rest of my loadout, nothing fancy. I'm carrying the 5.7, just because it's the biggest mag. Once again, you're going in quiet. Stopping power does not matter. Pretty much everything's going to go down with one shot as long as you're undetected. And when it hits the fan, which it does on occasion, you've got the Mark 18, burst mode. Perfect. I use it all the time. Now, next complaint might be limited ammo. Realistically, if you're getting to the point where you're running out of ammo constantly and aren't near one of these, then you're not progressing. You're not moving around. You're not playing strategically. You need to plan your assaults. I mean, this is ghost mode. You could die, so don't go throwing yourself into the thick of things. And you don't have to clear out entire bases. You know, accomplish your objective and move on. So, let's see. I can't see him, so I don't want to take the shot. But yeah, so that is my guide for playing a sniper DMR role in ghost mode. And one final tip is use your sync shot. Max that out ASAP. That should be maxed out before your drone. Oh, and one other thing to keep in mind here too is your skills. Stable aim is going to be important. Other stuff, yeah, ammo capacity. But you know, your ranged elite really actually doesn't do anything. You don't have to worry about that as far as your sniping goes. There's nothing you can get that's going to help you decrease bullet drop. None of these skills will affect bullet drop at all. So stable aim is great. Makes it a little easier, especially when you're standing or crouching when you can't, you know, go prone. But drone skills are going to be critical, and work towards getting EMP is my recommendation on your drone ASAP. And then you'll want parachute, binoculars. Mines are going to be useful, C4, stuff like that. C4 I love because I can sneak into a base to detonate items without having to just go in guns blazing. I can drop my C4, go out, trigger it, and not have to worry about it. So, rebel support definitely gets spotting, guns for hire, even mortar. I don't use diversion much. I never have, but you know, so that's it. Like I said, the MK14 is a fantastic rifle for ghost mode. It's a wonderful sleeper rifle. It's even great for your regular playthrough. I'd say it's arguably even better for a regular playthrough. You just have that one and then a sight rifle with an M2 or 3 in your other hand, and you're all set. You're good to go. So, hope this helps, and see you on the other side, ghosts.